Hello, everybody. Wow. I apologize for the last feed. My computer just went just haywire, and then it did all these updates. And I'm like sitting here like, really? Right in the middle of my live? But welcome back. I apologize for the problems I had on my last feed. But I want to give my take on the as a longtime Jaguar fan, season ticket holder. I just want to give my takes on this new GM hire. First of all, uh, Trent Baalke. Trent Baalke is a very talented man, very talented, very smart man, and he had a lot of success in San Francisco with the 49ers, but he's also came up as a scout. Now, so looking at some of the information surrounding Mr. Baalke, some glaring points that stand out with him. First of all, congratulations, Jacksonville. Congratulations. We're getting it. We're still trying to create this culture of winning. And that's great. And I know you hear the pessimistic sound in my voice is because now we hiring Baalke, but he don't come with us without some drama. Now he got some drama. So Baalke had some not necessarily with the players, but the coaching staff there in San Francisco with Baalke. There was some drama there, so we have to kind of monitor that over time. But initially, when Baalke hit the scene there in San Francisco, initially they had inherited some a good team. Now, mind you, naturally the general manager that's on board gets the credit, but he walked into a good situation. Now, I'm gonna run through his years in San Francisco. Now, he came into the 49ers in 2011. But in 2010, the San Francisco 49ers was 6-10. And then, of course, he was hired there in 2011. And in 2011, they went from 6-10 to 13-3. So being hired that season prior, the end of the season, his transformation from that 6-10 to 13-3. So naturally, he gets credit for that, and that's good. The free agency, the organization, the attitude, his input is going to be significant and very valuable to transforming the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not only that, but then you have 2012 where they were 13-3 in 2011, the San Francisco 49ers, and they lost the conference championship. They so in other words, they had a run in 2011. They had a good run and they lost the conference championship. Then in 2012, they came back with an 11-4-1 season where they actually went on to the Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl in that year. So this is through, and this is when, of course, we know Baalke was responsible for hiring the coach, and he brought the coach from Stanford University there. Jim was Harbaugh, and he also was responsible for bringing in Colin Kaepernick, the famous quarterback who, of course, later on became the symbol of equality in the NFL. And so he brought a young Kaepernick into the league there, and he was responsible for picking him up as a talent. So they lost the Super Bowl in 2012, and then they followed up with another significant season in 2013. So they had three back-to-back high winning percentage seasons, 13-3 in 2011, 11-4-1 in 2012, and then a 12-4 season in 2013. So they lost the conference. So in that time, that means 3 years in a row they were winning the division. Now in Jacksonville, that would be amazing. Let's just think about that for a minute. If the Jacksonville Jaguars can transform from going 1-15 to winning the AFC South Championship next year, that would just be amazing for North Florida. And to win it 3 years in a row, that would just transform. I mean, you would not be able to recognize what happened between 2020 and 2024 because the Jacksonville Jaguars would be just going beside themselves. Now, he was with San Francisco for 6 seasons. Now, and I say the good and the bad. Now, the good and the bad, and really, it's not really a lot of bad because grown men are grown men. But apparently, there was some rub. The leadership there didn't really rub each other elbows the right way, and the personality, interpersonal communication, and all that other stuff, they didn't get along that well. So that's why they wind up having to part ways. Excuse me, but that's why they had to wind up parting ways. But the thing about it is that this was a good selection for culture change in Jacksonville. We couldn't get a better candidate and from an organization like the San Francisco 49ers. So he has the mindset, the mentality, and we also, of course, already have a winning coach who has that mindset and mentality. So the culture in Jacksonville is beginning to slowly change, and you're going to notice a lot of other things as replacing Coughlin, and of course replacing a couple of the other guys there who has more or less drifted the culture away from what it was. And I'm gonna read a couple of things here coming from the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He puts out ESPN. Michael DeRocco reports that the Jacksonville Jaguars hired, of course, the general manager to be the director of player personnel. The team announced it, of course, yesterday. In hiring him, and it goes on to talk about his firing, of course, and then my eyes are just burning me, okay, because of all of this light. But anyway, he has a lot of success. The owner says during his time in San Francisco, he was proven. He has great eye for talent, and he's going to be a great part of our organization. Dave Caldwell comment on it as well. That's the one he's replacing. So we're it's going to be a great transition from Dave Caldwell to this guy. My thing is just hopefully him and the current coach Urban Meyer, hopefully they get along good. Hopefully things go well in that front office, and it's not a lot of attitudes or whatever the case is. But good pick. We're going in the right direction. I think we're doing a good job. I think Sean Khan is investing heavily into making this successful on the football field. We know a lot of success has been working on things off the football field, but right now I think we're doing a good job as far as working on the football field. Now we'll look to, I say, strengthening up that offensive line. through free agency. I would like to see a, a strong offensive line and a strong defensive line, and I would like to see a good, we can use the draft for the defensive edge rusher, like get a good edge rusher, and I would say pick a quarterback and an edge rusher in the first two picks in the first round, and I'm gonna come back with you on another time as far as talking about what types of picks we should use for that upcoming draft. But I think that right now on the right now we got a good guy there in Baalke coming in, and he's going to be able to eye throughout. He knows what's going on in the NFC, and he knows the talents of talented players that are playing there in the NFC, and he'll be able to bring that to the AFC South. It's kind of good that we got a good new fresh face in the AFC South as we look to take over the South. The teams in the South is a suspect. I mean, right now, you have a weakened Houston Texan team. The Colts are not really that strong. The only competition really in the AFC South right now is the Tennessee Titans, and the Titans. They are always been consistent. Now, much respect to the Tennessee Titans, and I'll say this because they've always been consistent. Even when they're down, they have had a really a good season. So, and I, hats off to them. They won the AFC South this past year, and we know they had a tough playoff game, but Tennessee has always been a strong team. I really can't. I mean, I naturally, as a fan, I have some challenges with them, of course, because of the 1999 season. But really, it wasn't even about Tennessee. It was about the Jaguars and their ability when they get up there to the top, and they play conservative. And I'm glad that now we have different, culture, so we can make it to that pivotal game again. When we make it, we can have some minds, some new, fresh minds that are not cautious and so forth, but just go for it and go ahead and push the ticket. And it's our time. It's our time. Just like right now, you have some teams that are playing. Hats off to, and I'll just take this opportunity to say hats off to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What a marvelous run they're making. Going up against now KFC and KFC Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC championship there, and of course you have some it's some remarkable. This was a good playoff, for the NFL this year. But the Jacksonville Jaguars is ready and poised for 2021. Uh, they're making the right moves so far, and I look forward to seeing what they're going to do in free agency now. And maybe we'll start hearing some things here very soon about free agency. We know that April is about 90 days away. It's around the corner. We'll be seeing the draft, but I think as the playoff games begin to kind of die down and players begin to teams begin to shut down as far as all the way up through the Super Bowl, which is February, which is next month, early next month. I think the 7th, you'll start to see some free agencies pitcher take the scene, and that's where you're going to see Trent Baalke kind of really make some serious moves. But it's a lot more upside, I believe, to Trent Baalke than it is downside. I really think that growth. I think that his San Francisco experience brings a lot of positive abilities to the Jaguars organization. We're a lot younger than the San Francisco organization. We're not as high visibility as the San Francisco 49ers. So coming to Jacksonville is going to be rewarding for him. Is probably is going to probably going to he'll probably basically take over the AFC South as far as him and the coach there. Jacksonville probably is just going to just take off as we compete in the AFC South. Now, looking now to the fact that thank God the season is over. Now it's nothing but get ready, everybody. You don't have to prepare for another bad season. You don't have to prepare for another bad season. This upcoming season is going to be a really, really good season. Jacksonville is really going to do some great things this year, and I just I just see a lot of good upside on what's going on right now in Jacksonville because with that with the like I said with this general manager selection and the head coach selection so far, I think the owner said, he get it, he get it. The fans want to win, and if you really think about it, if you own something, you want it to win too. So Sean Khan, he wants a winning team. He wants a team that wins on the football field as well, not just a team that wins business wise, but he wants a team that wins on the football field as well. And I'm really proud of him as an owner, investing in what he invests to transform the culture in our small market Jacksonville, Florida. Even though I'm kind of disappointed in the leadership of Jacksonville, Florida, in how they doing with the J lot, the small town mentality, and I think eventually that's going to kind of break up as far as their ability to be able to hold down change and progress in Jacksonville because we know, of course, the Jacksonville, Florida. We had the Disney World coming there. It was supposed to come there in the 1950s. Go back and do your research, and now you have the J Lot, which everybody making it controversial, this and that and the other. The bottom line is it would have brought more business. It'll transform downtown. It'll make Jacksonville state of the art city downtown. It'll bring more industry, more tourism. Florida, when people come to Florida, they're coming for tourism. They're not coming Jacksonville has to grow up. You can't stay a teenage city for all your life. You got to grow up, and so the J Lot is another nugget there, and I'm just put that shout out. The J Lot is another nugget for the city to grow, and we all proud, we all love Jacksonville. That's why I'm talking about them. So the bottom line is they need to grow up. City need to grow up. The leadership, the city's ready. We're ready for y'all. But the thing about it is the leadership needs to grow up, and I think the Jaguars is growing up. We can see that right now. We know that they just took a really bad slap on the face this past season, and I think this upcoming season, Jacksonville is showing that they're growing up. The Jaguars is showing they're growing up. We need the city to show it that it's growing up and it's ready to take that next level, and stop holding off on progress. Worrying about nickel and diamond and all that. And then nickel and diamond don't matter when you're looking at progress. And every city, in what you call it, in our system of government, we have, of course, we have the type of funding that goes through economic development that helps improve communities to develop into great industries. And why not have a nice city like, for instance, St. Louis or San Francisco or Dallas or and that's what Jacksonville needs to be striving to be. not just small, not just a small city up, you know, right south of Georgia. We need, when you walk into Florida, on the northeast part of Florida, you need to be thinking about, man, I'm going to When you up in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, or you up somewhere in Maine, you need to, man, I'm gonna go visit Jacksonville. I want to go to Jacksonville. Just I want to just go to, yeah, let's go, let's take a vacation to Jacksonville. And that's what really the mindset. And I say all this, and I know we're talking about Trent Baalke, but the thing about it is it's all about a culture change. And the Jaguars are trying to change the culture to not only from a bit, and Sean Khan, he's trying to transform our culture to be not only a winning organization, but a winning city. And the leadership need to listen to that and not mess things up. So I think that we did a great job. Like I said, the Jacksonville Jaguars in picking Trent Baalke. Yeah, he got a little. Everybody got some issues. He had some. He have a past. He's experienced, but he's a successful GM. And we welcome him to our organization. We welcome him to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we look forward to him bringing his talent, his resources and abilities to help the Jacksonville Jaguars transform from the mediocrity that it is grown accustomed to becoming a powerhouse, not only in the AFC South, but a threat throughout the AFC and the NFL. Um, Transforming Jacksonville from being small time to big time, turning our tragedies and trials to triumphs. Baalke and Myers are some of the players as saviors for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we're looking forward to them doing just that, standing up to adversity. They're going to be criticized. Uh, um, they're going to be, you know, people are going to be watching them every step. But the thing about it is they need to hang in there and go ahead and make the right moves. They're going to be questions. They're going to be questioned on every decision they make. So make the right moves and let's do this thing. Let's go. I say let's go. Duval. I will tell you, stay tuned. We'll be bringing a presentation about my favorite basketball team, of course, the Los Angeles Lakers. I'll be talking about them not on this broadcast, but and of course I will be bringing later on today. I want to bring a thought provoking spiritual lesson as well. But today, I want to give a chime out and a salute to the Jacksonville Jaguars for selecting the general manager Trent Baalke as our new general manager. And now we have leadership set up. Now it's time to get them coaches in and to start looking at free agency and evaluating talent, both what we have and what's out there right now that can fill the holes to make us competitive. Not only competitive, but competitive in the sense of the AFC South division. And we want to be able to at the at the least make it to the playoff next year. Even if we don't win the AFC South, which I suspect that we have a good chance of going from from last to first. I want to be able to at least get in the playoffs. And I think that we have the possibility of doing that with the talent that we have, as far as in our leadership and the ability to be able to make a good, the resources and tools and the opportunity to select and to acquire some good talents and bring them in here to Jacksonville. I think people want to come to Jacksonville now. I think this is a good opportunity. I think people want to come here. I think we'll probably get maybe some with the fact that we got Baalke now. I think, and Myers, I think that people would be willing to. I think we'll get some good. I think we can get some Calais Campbell type talent here now, uh, especially with the cap space that we have, and especially looking at the potential picks that we could make. I think Jacksonville have a good chance to go to do the same thing the Cleveland Browns did. At least get into the playoff. I think we can get into the playoff this coming year. We can go from 115 to like maybe 10-6 or 11-5. And I really, especially with a fourth place schedule. So yeah. So all right. So like I said, good pick, Jacksonville. Good job. And Duval. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this.